this is Lorraine Hamilton, and you're very welcome to my free niche marketing mini course. Congratulations on taking the next step to really boosting your business. Or if you're just starting out, this is a great course to get you thinking about where to position yourself in the market you're considering. Now hopefully you've downloaded and printed off the workbook portion of the course, but don't worry if you haven't. This audio file is really just to give you an overview of niche marketing, and you can either follow along the workbook while you listen, or just sit back and relax with a cup of tea or a glass of wine and then go and fill out the workbook later. Now you may be the kind of person who'll listen and not actually carry out the exercises in the workbook, and that's fine. But I do have to tell you that the value you'll get from actually completing the exercises and holding on to those pages as reference are invaluable. I've designed this taster course to really help you keep grounded about your target market, and it's also the basis of introducing some products to your business as a passive revenue stream. And if you want to hear more about that, then check out the Entrepreneur Academy pages on www.servicebusinessboost.com. Okay, on to niche marketing. I realise this might be your first contact with me in Service Business Boost, but anybody who has known me for any length of time knows that I'm really passionate about this. And the reason that I'm passionate about finding a narrow niche market is because it makes everything so much easier. Your mission, your vision, your business strategy, the marketing plan, customer service, everything is just so much easier when you really get to know who your market is. It takes away all the questions, all the guesswork. So, well, I've been working with a lot of entrepreneurs over the years, and when I approach this subject with a lot of them, I can immediately see the fear rise in their faces, But if I pick a narrow niche, then aren't I effectively turning away business? And similarly, I get very nervous myself when I ask a new client who their target market is, and they say everyone. Basically, if nobody knows who you are, it's very difficult to appeal to all and still stand out. By choosing a narrow niche market to begin with, you instantly become a big fish in a small pond. And once you've achieved expert status in a narrow niche, you might decide to expand into other niche markets or widen your net a little, or you might decide to remain in that narrow niche and use what you've learned from your clients and customers to develop more specialised products and services that they want and are willing to pay for. If you're following the workbook, it's probably worthwhile having a look at the section on the inverted triangle about now. It gives you another angle on this. I also just want to give you a few more reasons that I believe picking a narrow niche market is really important, especially if you're not quite convinced yet. So you'll find these 6 reasons on the workbook as well, but let's just run through them just now. So number 1, finding clients becomes easier. Once you know who you're looking for, it's much easier to find them. Number 2, it will increase your focus. So by focusing on your marketing plan on a narrow niche market of clients and customers and potential prospects that you begin to know well, you can develop a successful plan much more easily than trying to appeal to a wide audience that's got different needs and trying to speak to lots of different people at the same time. Increasing your focus really helps you to stand out. Number 3, you've got the answers to their issues. So as you understand the issues facing your market because you spend some time getting to know them, then you can really display your empathy and create compelling reasons to be served by you. So number 4, you can become a perceived expert in your field. You'll be able to speak and write with authority on the issues that face your niche market. Number 5, this is a great one. It makes it easy for your network to help you find clients. If you can be really clear when you're talking to your networking partners about what it is that you do and who you do it for and who is your ideal client, when they're out networking, they'll probably bump into somebody who's in your target market, and they'll be able to tell them, oh, I know the exact service provider for you, it's such and such, and here's their details. It makes it much easier for your networking to work for you. And number 6, you can raise your fees. By specialising in a particular market, you can command specialist fees. In fact, your clients will expect it. So say that again. You can raise your fees. By specialising in a particular market, you can command specialist fees. In fact, your clients will expect it. Okay, so I hope that by now you can see the argument for choosing a narrow niche market for your business. And now let's work on identifying the right niche market for you. If I was to ask you who your ideal client is, what would you say? Please don't say anyone. Please resist the temptation to say anyone. Seriously, I mean, of all your past, current clients, who are the ones that you really love to work with, and what do they have in common? I mean, perhaps you're a coach and you love to work with clients who are stuck in their career, or you might be an event planner who thrives on sales conferences, or perhaps you're a wedding planner and you specialise in, or you enjoy doing adventure weddings, or something a bit out of the norm, or you could be a personal trainer and you get the most out of working with mums. So even if you haven't started your business yet, take some time to think about who your ideal client would be. You know, if you could work with that kind of person all day, every day, what kind of person would it be? The workbook's got some more questions that will help you to identify the areas that you most enjoy. It's quite a personal journey, and I absolutely advocate that you complete, if nothing else, this section of the workbook. It really will give you an enormous insight into yourself and your business. Plus, it might even give you some ideas for passive revenue products. Make money while you sleep, I like that. By taking an audit of your specific experiences, skills, passions and things, you should be beginning to see where you are unique. And that's going to really help you develop your unique selling proposition, your USP. I remember way back when I first qualified as a coach, and I rocked up to some business courses and networking events, and it felt like all anyone was asking me was, what's your USP? What's your USP? And I don't mind telling you that I had absolutely no idea what my USP was. And to be honest, I thought, well, that's it. I don't have a USP. I'm never going to make it in business. It was pretty demoralising. And there seemed to be plenty of people asking me what my USP was, but no one was able to help me to identify it. Nobody could tell me how to identify it. So I really wish that I'd completed this exercise then. It really would have given me so much more confidence moving forward to know that, you know, I can choose who it is that I want to work with, rather than, oh, I must just get a client here, or any client will do, I'll just do anything. If I'd known then that I could choose who I wanted to work with, then it would have made my journey so much easier. I've made lots of mistakes and learned tons from them, but it would have saved me so much time. So now I want to talk a little bit about the difference between benefits and features of your business. It's going to come up as you progress through the questions, and it's another real gem. You know, once you can confidently identify the difference between the benefits and the features of your product or service, the whole process of marketing, branding and selling just becomes so much easier. I mean, this doesn't necessarily stick right in with niche marketing, but it's just so important that you know how to identify the benefits of what you do that I'm going to cover it anyway. In simple terms, the benefits of your product or service is what the client gets from it, whilst the features are the means by which you provide the benefits. So I'll say that again. The benefits of your product or service are what the client gets from it, whilst the features are the means by which you provide the benefits. For example, some of the benefits of Service Business Boost's products and services are increase your income, work less hours, develop a crystal clear business strategy. You'll have increased business confidence. You'll have greater business success. You'll be achieving your ultimate lifestyle. These are the benefits that you as a client, the results of using Service Business Boost's products and services. Now, the features are the way that these results are achieved. So they could be, powerful masterminding, real practical content that we provide, so one-to-one coaching, or using the teleseminars and online forums. So those are the features. Those are the how we achieve the benefits. So remember that the benefits of your product or service are what the client or customer gets from using it. The results, if you like. It's really worth revisiting this over and over until you're comfortable with it, and it will make your marketing and your message so much clearer and easier. You see how it all fits together? So once you've completed that section of the workbook, you should have a few different ideas about a potential niche market that's right for you and your business. The next section is to ensure that your product or service is a good fit for your market. So there are a few checklists in the workbook that you can check your ideas against. For example, you might have identified that you love to work with a certain type of client, but your niche is so specialised that there aren't actually enough potential clients to ensure your business is viable. So this exercise will help you go through that. Another example from a client of mine, I haven't actually asked her for her permission to use this, so we'll call her Susie. We'll not identify her. Susie's an accountant whose passion is to work with sole traders and start-up small businesses. And the problem that she had when she came to me was that most of her preferred clients couldn't really afford her services. But she was just so wanting to help businesses grow and get started. And Susie's a one-to-one client of mine, so we've worked together quite extensively. And what we've come up with is we've altered her business strategy to allow her to continue working with her preferred client base, but now it's a lot more profitable. We've altered the business model. But it really is a good example of ironing out what is most important to you and making your business work for you. I'm a firm believer that there's always a way. If you know what you want and you can identify that, then there's always a way to work it out. Another example was, is a copywriting and proofreading business that I worked with in the UK. And the owner of the business wanted to continue working in her job as well as having the business part-time. So by working through the same exercises, we came up with her perfect niche market, transcription services for academics. And how did we end up there? Well, my client's job was in the university, so she could literally market and make sales while she was at work. So it was perfect for her. Okay, so when you're completing that section of the workbook, be mindful of your own core values and make sure that they're not being conflicted in the process. Once you have all your needs and values lined up with your business, if any sense of conflict should disappear. So, this really is an opportunity to think how you want your business to look, and you might be surprised at how easy it is to get there. Take your time, run your ideas through the checklist sheets until you're happy that you've found your niche market. And once you've completed all of your checklists, you should have filtered your potential niche markets down to the one that best suits you. Just a wee point to note, if you reach the end of this exercise and you've got 2 or more niche markets that have got the same number of ticks, this will make much more sense if you're actually following the workbook. compare them by the statements that are most powerful for you and best fit your overall goals. So, for example, if the difference between your two most likely niche markets is that one has a tick for this group of people can easily afford your service, and the other has a tick for you like to work with people in this group, then the comparison to base your decision on is, which is more important to me, working with that particular group of people or potentially charging higher fees? Okay, so congratulations, you've probably identified your niche market by now, and everything you do from now on in your business, I want you just to be thinking about this market and the potential clients in it. And just by doing this will increase your focus, and you'll be able to see how you will achieve success in your business. Just always have your customers in mind. What do they want to see? What do they want you to tell them that you can provide for them? Now, it's all very well having found your niche, and you've already done a lot of groundwork when it comes to marketing to them. You know, remember to keep your workbook in a safe place. The work that you've done on that will stand you in good stead when you come back to identifying the benefits of your product or service and what your own passions are. But what you have to do now is a little market research. Okay, you know, it amazes me how many small businesses start with an idea but do little or no market research to discover the competition in the market and also find what your potential clients and customers actually want. Might have a great idea for a business, but if your customers and prospects don't actually want or need the service, it's quite a hard sell. Finding competition in your niche is not a bad thing. In fact, it can be a very good thing. Okay? Don't be put off if you find someone who's doing the same thing that you want to do or the same thing that you're doing. It generally means that there is a market for it, which is a very good sign. Okay? All you need to do is ensure that you stand out, and this, back to this unique selling proposition, that's going to help you do that. Also, if you can question or survey your target market, they will also tell you what their greatest need is. Again, this removes all the guesswork from deciding on your offering. They'll tell you what they want from you, and all you have to do is deliver. Regardless of the service that you're offering, it's vital that you get to know your target market as well as possible. That's why so much of the previous niche market work centred on your experience and interests. Okay? Developing understanding and empathy with your clients is what will encourage them to buy from you. Clients buy services on the basis of knowing you, liking you and trusting you, and the easier that you can make it for them to know, like and trust you and your brand, the quicker they will become convinced that you have the product or the service for them. You know, people like to buy people. You know, they buy into to things that they like, you know. So from your experience and knowledge of this market, you will already have an understanding of some of the issues or challenges that they're currently facing and that your product or service can solve. But it's well worth taking the time to jot these ideas down on paper. I really am an advocate of getting as much out on paper as possible. The key to fully understanding your potential clients is to ask them about themselves. It really is. I've had one-to-one clients though that are horrified at the thought of being so brash as to ask questions of their, you know, past and current clients. And it's really, it's absolute gold dust and not nearly as intimidating and intrusive as you might think at all. In fact, a lot of prospects and clients are more than happy to be asked their opinion, and the answers that they provide will tell you exactly what they want, and like I say, all you then have to do is deliver. So take some time to think about some of the things that you would dearly love to know the answer to, and that would help you to better understand your niche market, those potential clients and prospects in your chosen niche market. So just to round off this taster course, let's look at some of the available survey methods that you can use to ask those questions, okay? I do really encourage you to do this. It does make your marketing so much easier, and you don't need to spend a fortune in time or money on this. I mean, obviously the more responses you can get, the easier it is to see trends, but even a few responses can give you valuable insights into what's going on for your target market, which in turn gives you the confidence that you are delivering what they want, what they need, and what they will ultimately pay for. Okay, so a few ways to do it. You can telephone your clients. It's fairly obvious. Telephone your former clients that you've already got a relationship with and ask if you can spend a few minutes asking them some questions so that you can better serve them in the future. Okay, it's really not difficult to do. You've hopefully got a good relationship with these clients anyway. I think they would be very happy to give you some feedback if you can arrange a time that's mutually beneficial. Okay, you can also phone friends. I mean, do you have friends that fall into your target market? Would they fit in your identified niche market? If you have, talk to them. They might not become clients of yours, but they've probably got some valuable insights to share. You know, they're facing the same challenges as the clients in your niche market, and they'll be honest with you. So friends can be very helpful. Questionnaires. Do you know where to find your target market? Where do they hang out? You know, either physically or online, or you know, if you know where you can lay hands on them, then you can put together a short questionnaire and ask them to complete it for you. You know, a word of warning: to get the best number of responses, you could make it anonymous, or if you can get contact details and the responses show a level of interest in your service, it could be a strong sales lead. So you have to think carefully about how you're going to do it. Or you could offer a prize draw for each completed questionnaire, because people do get bombarded with questionnaires and people asking them for feedback a lot. But if it's something that's quite particular to them, then people will respond. I've had a lot of success with using questionnaires and surveys before, and offering a free gift for taking the time, like a free report, for taking the time to complete the questionnaire, and I get some really, really valuable responses that help me to see what my target market really wants, really needs, and then I can go away and create it for them. You can do this online. You can do internet surveys online, much like a questionnaire, a paper questionnaire that you would hand out to people, say mothers in a coffee shop. You could get them to ask them to take a couple of minutes and fill out a questionnaire. So you can have these questionnaires online. Internet surveys, great way to survey your target market if they hang out on the web and you know where to find them. Okay. Once again, try and make it attractive for people to give you the time and to click on the survey and tell you what you need to know. And there are loads of online marketing survey tools available. It can be a bit of a minefield to find the right one for you. I've got a few here that I'm going to share with you. So Constant Contact, which you'll find at www.constantcontact.com. It's around $15 US a month, and it'll give you access to survey tools and templates, and it really is excellent. An excellent display and results analysis. It's a really good tool to use. But if you think that you might only be doing a one-off survey at this point in time, there's a free service called SurveyMonkey, and you'll find that at www.surveymonkey.com. As I say, it is free, it's easy to use, you can be up and running in minutes. A more professional tool, if you think that you'll be using their services quite a lot, is Zoomerang, www.zoomerang.com. It's a comprehensive tool. It costs about $600 US per year for a professional license, and it really is for the more serious online marketer, but check it out anyway. And that's just a sample to get you started. There are a wealth of survey tools available online these days. So now you've identified your niche market and a need within it. I really hope you've enjoyed this taster course, and this is Lorraine Hamilton signing off. To your success!